Good morning, everybody. So, what has been going on with the coronavirus and everything, and with us still being out of school? Um, I had a few people email saying they need help on some of the worksheets that were already due, so past due, that are in the grade book. So, what I suggest for you guys to do, if you are missing this worksheet and homework 24, go ahead and look at these videos. I'm going to do some of the problems with you and try to finish them off, and then you can send me an email to my school email, and then I can start updating those grades. So let's look at, I'm going to do about 3 of them, I think, on here. So let's look at this one first. So it wants us to put it in vertex and standard form. So let me get pen. Remember that our formula for vertex form is y equals a x minus h squared plus k, where the vertex is h comma k, and then our point is x comma y. So that's what we need to find first. We need to find the vertex and a point. So remember, the vertex is always either the most top point or the most bottom point, so the highest or the lowest. So our highest point here would be our vertex, and our vertex would be -1, 0. And then we have to find a point. So our point could be anything on this line right here. So let me highlight it so you guys can see it. Anything, if it will let me highlight. Let's see. No, it won't let me highlight. Let me just change the color real quick. Change it to yellow. So anything right here. It's kind of like blocking it out. That's okay. Anything on that line. So I'm going to go ahead and use this point, the y-intercept. And our y-intercept point is 0, -3. So now, knowing that this is hk and this is xy, we can plug everything in. So I have y, which is -3, so -3 equals a, we don't know a, parentheses x, which is 0, minus h, which is -1. So I'm going to put this in parentheses so we don't confuse it with this negative. So this is minus -1 squared plus k, which is 0. So then my goal from this point on is to get a by itself. And so how we get a by itself is we first simplify the parentheses. So we said minus a negative turns into plus a positive. So 0 plus 1 is 1, and 1 squared is also 1. So let's rewrite that. -3 equals a, 1 squared plus 0. We said 1 squared is 1. So -3 equals 1a plus 0. And then my goal is to get a by itself. So I don't need to write that 0, but let's say that 0 was another number. If it was a different number besides 0, we'd have to subtract it over to the other side. So minus 0. -3 minus 0 is -3 equals 1a. Then I'm going to divide by 1 to get a all by itself. And I'm left with a is equal to -3. Okay. Now I'm going to plug this back into my formula to get my answer, my vertex answer. So I have y is equal to -3 x minus -1 squared plus 0. This can simplify to y is equal to -3 x plus 1 squared. And then I don't need that plus 0. So this is my answer for vertex form. And then remember, standard form, standard form is ax squared plus bx plus c. So in order to get to this form, we're going to have to first, remember, write the parentheses 2 times. So let me write that off to the side. So the parentheses times 2. Then we have to do double distribution. Then we have to distribute a, and then combine like terms. I know some of you probably didn't take your notes home with you. That's okay. So I'm rewriting it real quick off to the side. Remember, you can also go back and rewatch any of the videos. Okay, So I have y is equal to negative 3, x plus 1, x plus 1. So I wrote the parentheses 2 times, check. Double distribution, y is equal to negative 3, x plus 1, plus 1, x plus 1. Remember, with double distribution, we take this first term and we write it here. Then we take the second term and write it here. That's all we're doing. We're splitting up that first parentheses. Okay, then I'm going to distribute. So I have y is equal to negative 3, x squared plus x plus 1. Okay, then I have to distribute my a value. Y is equal to negative 3x squared minus 3x minus 3x minus 3. So did those two. Then I have to combine like terms, so these terms in the middle. Y is equal to negative 3x squared minus 6x minus 3. So this is standard form. So remember, this did take a lot of work, so I would suggest not doing all your work on this paper, maybe doing it on a separate piece of paper. Or if you don't have this paper at home, just to number this number 1 and then show your work. This one's number 2, show your work, so on and so forth. You don't have to write down the graphs. Okay, so let's look at, so for numbering, let's make this one number 3, number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's look at number 4. Oh, it won't let me go that way. It's okay. Okay, number 4, remember our first thing is to use our formula, y equals a, x minus h squared plus k. So then I need to pick my vertex. My vertex is right here at 0, 0, so this is h and k. And then I don't have any points that cross the y-axis, so I don't have a y-intercept, so I can choose any point I like. So this one looks like a good point right here, 1, negative 3. So this is my x and y. So then I plug everything in. So I have negative 3 equals a, 1 minus 0 squared plus 0. Then I have negative 3 equals a, 1 squared plus 0. So I simplified the parentheses. Then I have negative 3 equals 1a plus 0. So it kind of looks like what we did on number 1. Now I have to get a by itself. So I'm going to subtract 0, which is just negative 3. Then I'm going to divide by 1, which is again just negative 3. Okay, once I have this, then I'm going to plug everything back in. So I have y is equal to negative 3, x minus 0 squared plus 0. So this is my answer in vertex form. And remember, to get my answer into standard form, I have to do the parentheses twice, do all the steps that we did over here, all these steps. But notice, we don't really need this 0 here. So if we got rid of those zeros, this would just be y equals negative 3x squared, which we notice is already in standard form. So there are some of them that are already going to be in standard form and you don't have to do a bunch of work. And then there's some of them that you're going to have to do a lot of work, like number 1. Okay, so I'll do one more. Let's look at number 5. Okay, so y equals a, x minus h squared plus k. Need to find my vertex. My vertex is right here at negative 1, 0, so this is h and k. And then I can use this point, 0, 2, for my x and y. So then I plug everything in. 2 is equal to a, 0 minus negative 1 squared plus 0. So I just plugged in all of my h and k and my x and y. Then I simplify. So 2 is equal to a. This turns into a positive 1 squared plus 0. So 2 is equal to 1a plus 0. Then I need to get a by itself, so I subtract 0, which is 2, and then 1a, and then divide by 1, so a is equal to 2. Okay. After that, I plug everything in to find my vertex form. So y is equal to 2x minus a negative 1 squared plus 0, which remember I can simplify this to y is equal to 2x plus 1 squared. So this is my vertex form. And then to find standard form, remember I do all the steps like I did up there. So write my parentheses 2 times, do double distribution, distribute for a, and then combine like terms. So I have y is equal to 2, x plus 1, x plus 1. Y is equal to 2. I do double distribution, so x plus 1, plus 1, x plus 1. Then I distribute. So y is equal to 2, x squared plus x plus 1. And then I distribute this. So this is y is equal to 2x squared plus 2x plus 2x plus 2. And then if I simplify by combining like terms, I get y is equal to 2x squared plus 4x plus 2. And this is my standard form. So remember, if you don't remember how to do this, follow these examples. You can go back and watch the videos that we did for notes. If you brought your notebook home, you can look at your notes. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and email me at my school email. So heather.hoffman@nasd.net.